I'm just gonna cut to the chase on this one. The Powerpuff Girls 2016 is one of the few shows out there that makes me feel legitimately unclean. A lot of shows I've reviewed in the past, I've been too angry, getting shouty and ranty for no good reason. However, every so often, there's a show that I feel that I should have been much harsher on. And the Powerpuff Girls reboot is one of the most prime examples in my mind. So please excuse me if I get a little bit ranty in this segment. This show disgusts me in ways that Seth MacFarlane only wishes he could. Remember the episode that I reviewed, Painbow? It had 6-year-old girls twerking, and twerking is generally known as a very sexual dance. A lot of people commented on my original video basically saying that, nuh-uh, twerking is actually based on an African fertility dance, and I'm all like, you do know what fertility means, right? Well, if you don't know, it kinda has something to do with sex. Well, after that, after everyone complained about the show having 6-year-old girls twerking, do you know what the show did? They brought Allegro back in another episode called Somewhere Over the Swing Set. And then, after everyone and their grandmother complained about the twerking and explained why it was incredibly perverted for this show to do, this show had these 6-year-old girls twerk again in another episode. They did it again. Yeah. In the episode Once Upon a Townsville, we had an adult princess giving a prolonged kiss on the mouth to Buttercup, once again a child, and it's something that went on. And then we had the infamous Jared Shapiro incident. What the show did was took the likeness of a writer, gave him a similar name to the writer, and then made him a love interest in the show. They made the character insert of an adult the love interest of a child. I'm sure I'm not the only one who sees a problem with this, which is good, but it's very, very worrying that no one on the show staff saw that this was a problem. This is a very specific kind of bad. This is not only a thing that grown-ass adults shouldn't do, this is the kind of thing that you shouldn't have to tell grown-ass adults that they should not do. This goes beyond common sense. I didn't think we needed to have this meeting before we started writing, but you probably should not put pedophilic implications into your show. That's not even lesson 1. It's not even lesson 0. This is something that normal people tend to understand that we shouldn't do. And that makes me very, very concerned. I'm not saying that anyone behind the show is a pedophile, let me make that very clear, but even in that case, there's a problem. The problem is that they clearly didn't think jack shit when they went into writing this one. I'll fully admit that I've been too harsh on unfortunate implications of the past, but these are some of the most blatant, forefront, unfortunate implications that I've ever seen, where you have to be a specific kind of dense to not see them. And when everyone, literally everyone tells you that this is a bad idea, and you not only stick to your guns by doing this, but you do it worse, it means you're a special kind of dense. And you wanna know what the worst part of all of this is? That alone would probably put this show on my list, but the pedophilic implications are like only a cherry on top of the sundae with how bad Powerpuff Girls 2016 is. A lot of terrible cartoon reboots came out in the 2010s that completely missed the point of the original, but Powerpuff is the worst of them all. Hell, I'd even take that terrible Ghostbusters reboot over this trash fire of a show. Because Powerpuff Girls 2016 has all of the bad aspects of the 2010s, with none of the good aspects. This show clearly wanted to cash in on the whole idea of girl power, a common selling point in the 2010s. It tries to put forward a progressive message, but it trips over its high heels as it goes through the starting gate, a common failing of girl power shows in the 2010s. But this one does it especially badly. For example, I've never seen a show that claimed to be feminist actively despise the female anatomy. You remove Miss Keene's breasts, and then you sent away Miss Bellum because hers were too big. May I ask why? Oh, that's right, because Miss Bellum isn't a message that you wanted to give to little girls. You want them to be ashamed of the bodies that they might grow into. Completely understood. This show is disgusting. I've said that before, but I have to keep saying, not only is this show disgusting, it's disgusting in the worst morally abhorrent ways. Girl power! Our heroes are constantly bickering terrible people, and they constantly get captured, needing to be rescued by the men, including the mayor on multiple occasions. This is even ignoring the fact that this is a reboot. What the fuck did you do to any of these characters? Disrespect? No, I don't think disrespect begins to describe it. You ever hear that conspiracy about The Last Jedi that the guy behind it just wanted to destroy the Star Wars franchise? I don't know if I believe that, but I'd believe that here. This show feels very much like intentional sabotage. It feels very much like the people behind the show hated the Powerpuff Girls and just wanted to destroy it by any means necessary. Oh my god, the professor. Why? Why is he like this? Why is he the stupidest character I've ever seen? Actually, you know what? Don't answer that. I know the answer. 'Cause girl power. And in girl power shows, we gotta make every male authority figure an idiot. Am I somewhere in the ballpark? Or did you just think this cliched-ass joke was funny? Who is this show even for? It assumes that you watch the original using set pieces and plot points from the original, and not giving any introductions to them, but then it shits all over the original. Was this show meant to be hated? because every single decision into the show makes me hate it more. Like, turning down the original voice actresses for the Powerpuff Girls. And then there was that whole incident with Donnie. I wanted to believe that it was the network's idea to say that a horse turning into a monster was a metaphor for being a trans person, but these are the people who thought it would be cool to have a character look like an adult with a similar name of an adult be an object of affection of a child. And you know what? Let's put aside the implications of Jared Shapiro for a minute. If you can, because it's some of the most disgusting implications that I've ever seen in any show ever. I understand that it's a very, very difficult task to do, but Jared Shapiro gets even worse even if you take all that out. You guys have some serious fucking balls to do something like that in a reboot. You took a character that people loved and adored, and then you made a self-insert character of yourself to have that character be a love interest. Jesus Christ, people, have some fucking tact! A lot of reboots could be described as mistakes were made. Mistakes were made could be the theme song to this one, and it would be better than the theme song it actually has. Which, yes, I did consider for my top 20 worst theme songs list. This show is meant to be a cash-in on the Powerpuff Girls' popularity. Congratulations, Cartoon Network, I never want anything to do with this franchise ever again. At least with Teen Titans Go, I can enjoy the original, and it's not going to have much an effect on the future. Powerpuff Girls 2016 has tainted the franchise for me forever. And now I can't think of this franchise without getting skeeved out. Congratulations.